Welcome back to the Breakfast Show 2. Joining me today is Derieck Hodges from Anchor Point Wealth Management, here to share some tips for getting your estate plan in order. So first and foremost, for people who don't know, what is an estate plan?
Yeah, you know, it's that fancy term where oftentimes we think of Bill Gates or somebody really wealthy, but it's really just kind of the tools that we need to make sure that the people that we love the most are taken care of, and that everything that we wish to have happen with our money and our lives is handled exactly the way we want.
Yeah, most definitely. And so why would someone need to have an estate plan?
Well, think of it this way. Let's just first talk about the most simple thing. Let's say I turn 18 years old, I have one bank account, maybe I own a car. So I don't have necessarily a big wealth, but if I'm incapacitated, I'm in a coma, let's say, I can't make any decisions for myself. I can't make healthcare decisions. I can't make financial decisions. I need to have a durable power of attorney that appoints somebody to make those decisions. It takes away insecurity, and I think most of us like control. That's the one way we can maintain control.
And so then I guess after you become an adult, so after 18, you can't just leave it up to your parents to, if you do and something ends up happening to you, once you're an adult age, your parents can't just be like, oh, I'm their parent, I'll take care of it. You have to have that estate plan?
Yeah, ask any parent who pays for college how hard it is to get report cards. You can't, because it's not yours. So, you know, we're such a private society now, which is great, but that's the problem is with all this privacy control, we lose the ability to have people step in without these legal instruments. And it's better to have these legal instruments anyway, because that way we know we're picking the right person, we have the right people making the healthcare decisions and all the financial choices.
Yeah, and so what really goes into an estate plan?
Well, I think first, that's why I love tying it in with Valentine's. We think about, you know, it being around the corner. It's about love. It's about romance. But I think one of the greatest things about that we can do about love is take care of our decisions. Make sure that we know, where do we want our home to go? Where do we want our cars? Our retirement accounts. One of the first things I would have anybody do is check beneficiary designations. Think of your 401k. Think of your life insurance, any investments. You can add beneficiaries to car titles, to homes, any of those things in Missouri. Other states have some different provisions, but that way you know the people that you want to get your things will get them. In addition to that, some people might want to go ahead and get a will or a trust, which allows even further control of other assets.
And to be honest, it sounds a little bit daunting. So what are some tips that you have when creating this?
Yeah, just first think of important people who could serve on your behalf. That's usually a big sticking point. So who do I trust? Do I have a family member? Do I have a friend? Who is somebody who is organized? They don't need to be money people, but are they organized? Are they efficient? And do they procrastinate? Procrastination kills all this stuff. So you want to think about those people. Those might be the proper people to be, you know, your executor of a will. Maybe we need to think about guardians for minor children, a huge thing if we have minor children. And so we want to just think about that. After that, we just want to think about what do we want to have happen with our various assets. I would literally make a list.
And so then is there a smart way to go about it? So like say I start to do some of this and I want my mom or my dad, since they're obviously older than me, is that not smart to do someone who is up in age? Because, you know, I mean, what happens if something were to happen to them and then now my beneficiary is not around?
No, great question. I think the key there is think of these documents as just part of a journey. It's not going to be a set it and forget it. People are going to change in your life. Your circumstances will evolve, but you want to keep going back to these. Don't put these on the shelf forever. Put them on the shelf for a while, and then come back to it. Are the people that I picked still the right choices? Maybe a parent is great now, but as they age, they may no longer be great choices. So we just want to make sure that we evolve our choices with the people in our lives.
And I know when it comes to estate planning, it can be kind of hard to go over that, especially if you're doing it at an older age, because people tend to think of it as a morbid and sad, you know, thinking of death. So is there a good age to start it at? Is it at 18 when you're first an adult, or is there a better age?
I think it's wherever you are.
Okay.
And I just think when we think about it from the standpoint of maintaining control and choice, and if I tend to think about the people I love, I'm willing to do the hard thing. I'm willing to have those ugly conversations about if I'm not here, if I'm incapacitated, because I care about them enough, I'm willing to do it.
Right.
And then if you have trouble, you know, getting somewhere, that's where a really great estate planning attorney will help kind of push you through the process and hold you a bit accountable.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, and with Valentine's Day coming up, I'd say that this is a perfect way to show you love that specific person. Just a great way to show an act of kindness as well. Derek, thank you so much for joining us on The Breakfast Show, too. We'll be right back.